Hey, everybody, this is Dr. Perry Nicholson from StopChasingPain.com and the Pain Laser Center, as well as LiteCure Medical Lasers coming at you. And I come up with a special episode today because I came across a video of Dr. Rad in Colorado who was treating a young boy named Connor and had great success with the laser on this young boy's life, and it really affected me to a great degree, and I wanted to bring the doctor on here to talk a little bit about that case and share that with you so you can see the power the laser has to change not only the client's life, but the lives of everybody in that client's life, mother, father, everyone. So I've got Dr. Brad Richardson on the line. There's a chiropractor out in Broomfield, Colorado, from Colorado Spine and Disc, coming on the line. Doc, thanks for sharing some of your time with us.
No problem. Thanks for having me.
So tell us about Connor. I'm going to splice a video up to this little podcast here that nobody has seen it, but tell us about this young man, what brought him to you, and what you've been able to do for him.
Yeah, Connor is an amazing little boy. He's 9 years old now. That's when I started treating him. He was 8 years old. And basically when he was born, he had scoliosis so bad that it collapsed his heart and lungs, and he became developmentally disabled because of it. And the doctors didn't know how long he was going to live, so they basically told his parents to just drug him up on Valium, along with a bunch of other things to keep him comfortable because they didn't know how long he was going to live. Well, he made it through, the first surgery, and they put Harrington rods in his back, and long story short, basically every 4 months he has to have his rods extended because he's growing. He's literally addicted to Valium at the time I'm seeing him. And every 2.5 hours, they're giving him a Valium shot. He's got 24-hour nurses with him, and he's asking for this Valium every hour.
Wow.
And it's amazing. And the mom saw us on TV, and we did a TV commercial, and she saw us on TV, and she came in and brought this boy in, and it's by far the worst case I'd ever seen. And I flat out told the mom, I said, I don't know if this is going to help. I just honestly don't know if this is going to help. And I said, but it's not going to hurt. So let's give it a shot and see what happens. So we treated him, and he came back the next day, maybe a couple days later, and the mom walked in and gave me the biggest hug ever. And I said, what was that for? And she said, Connor normally sleeps about an hour and a half every night, and then he wakes up in pain, and the nurses have to roll him over. And he slept and he does that every hour and a half. And said last night he slept for 5 hours, and then we rolled him, and then he slept for another 6 hours straight.
Wow! After one laser treatment. Really?
After one laser treatment, and then
incredible.
And then the other thing was, I said, instead of asking for his Valium, he calls it his big and little, instead of asking for his Valium every hour, he was asking it for like every 5 hours. So I said, wow. I said, this is amazing. This is, something that we need to explore. I still wasn't 100% convinced that it was going to, help, but I was very hopeful. So anyway, I said, we need to give this like about, 25 treatments and just see how he does. And we went in there and I said, if it works, I said, this is going to be an issue because every 4 months he has to have these rods extended. We need to break down some scar tissue and stuff. I said, this is maybe something that we're going to have to look at, buying or purchasing for Connor. And anyway, long story short, we went through these 25 visits, and his volume was down dramatically. And LiteCure just did the most amazing thing, and really helped this family out with the cost of a laser. And so now he's got one at home, and they're using it, and he's completely off his Valium now. Doesn't ask for it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and anytime he actually hurts, he asks for the magic wand, and so they're treating him at home now. So it's been a huge blessing for their family. It's really changed their lives.
Absolutely. Well, that's incredible. I had no idea that LiteCure did that for the family as well. That's just amazing. It just says so much about the company.
They went above and beyond and really helped this family out because there's just no way they could afford just to keep on doing this. And so they helped him out, and so now they can use it whenever. There's the other thing too, is that every 4 months he has to go into the hospital and have these rods extended. And normally it's a 10-day process just to get them comfortable to get back out of the hospital. They took the laser into the hospital with them, and they released them after 1 day.
Wow.
Yeah, amazing.
That is great stuff. I mean, just to see that, I mean, most people, they never heard of laser, they're not familiar with the magic it can do, and if they do, they think it's just for, a little bit of pain you may have this or there, but this can literally transform a person's life, and I know it transformed his mom's life. I mean, to see her speak was just amazing, how much I know that it really affected her to help her son like that.
Yeah, it's an incredible story, and worst part about it is that I just miss seeing Connor's smiling face in here in the office now.
Yeah, you know what? I mean, that boy's forever going to remember you, and he's got the magic wand or light that, my clients call it that too. And then you also have some pretty amazing, success stories outside of Connor. Do you have maybe one or two that you want to share with us that you've come across?
Yeah, I had this, matter of fact, I'm treating him right now. I have a gentleman that, I want to say it was back in like 2001, 2002. He had a work comp injury. He broke his wrist. Anyway, it developed into RSD, which, for those of you who don't know, is reflex sympathetic dystrophy, which is a horrible, horrible condition.
Yeah.
And he's had 8 surgeries on his left arm, and he's had 6 surgeries putting in and taking out stimulators in his spine for his left arm. He's in kind of a, half cast type of thing with a, ace bandage wrapped around it. And his physiatrist literally can't even touch his arm. His pain management specialist literally cannot even touch his arm. It hurts so bad. And he's begging him to cut it off. He goes, just cut it off. It doesn't work. I don't want it. Just cut it off. And they saw us on TV too, and saw a commercial that we did, and came in, and I was sitting there doing the first treatment with him with the laser on the arm again, going, well, this is so far above and beyond what I think this thing can help, and his wife comes over and starts looking at what I'm doing, and I think I'm just lasering his arm, and he's saying, oh, it feels good, but his wife goes, this is the most amazing thing I've ever seen, and I said, what do you mean? She said, you're actually touching his arm and his hand, and I said, yeah. And she said, no one's been able to touch his arm and hand in years. His pain management doctor can't even touch his hand. So this guy is basically, gone from being on, I don't know how many different pain medicines he's on. He's on a whole bunch of them. He walked back into his physiatrist and said, here, you can have all these back. And it took the pain away from his RSD and his arm. Just an amazing story.
Wow, that is incredible. I mean, just the way that you can change a person's life who's been through almost everything you can think of is really incredible. I mean, as a doctor myself who uses it, I mean, it's one of the most satisfying things I've ever seen, and it's great to have these kind of cases come on in to find you and get some fantastic results so quickly.
Yeah, and that's the other thing is, both of these cases, it was just, 1 or 2 visits that they were. That's great. Actually, 1 visit each that they were noticing that. So.
Yeah, well, it can really happen. So I'm guessing that you're a pretty big fan of the laser then.
I love the laser.
And your patients are.
They do. I love the laser. The patients love the laser, and it's been a huge asset for our company and for our patients. So.
That's great. Well, I mean, that's really what it's all about, and I know you got a busy schedule, and I appreciate you taking the time to come on and share your story with others, because that's how others hear about the magic that it can do, by sharing the stories of other people in their lives. And
absolutely.
You want to tell people briefly how they may be able to get in touch with you if somebody's out in your area or wants to learn more information. What's the best way for them to reach you and see more of your stuff?
Yeah, you can go to coloradospineanddisc.com and look us up there, or our phone number is 303-466-3232, and you can contact us on the phone.
That's great. And also anybody listening there who wants to know a little bit laser maybe in your area, you can also visit LiteCure.com, LiteCure.com, and learn more information and find a physician and provider in your area who offers a laser. So, Doc, thanks so much for coming on and taking time out of your day. It's really great talk.
Thanks for having me.
You bet.